repeat customer here on the Sports Corner. Only this time he joins us this morning as the newest voice of the Hudson Valley Renegades, a Yankees minor league affiliate. Please welcome Emmanuel Bari.
Bobby, appreciate you having me. Always good to be with you, man.
E-Man on the Fan, E-Man up in Hudson Valley. I mean, you're doing big things. I'm so proud of what you're doing these days and so excited to have you back here on the show. As I said, a repeat customer. We've gotten a chance to talk in the past, but this time some really big news for you. Please tell us more about what's going on in Hudson Valley.
Yeah, definitely. Doing some games up there this season. Yankees High A affiliate, as you mentioned, second year running now as the High A affiliate. So I'm excited this season, especially what we can do with the broadcast department, working with Joe Vasile, who's great. And it's new. It's a Yankees affiliate. It's nearby. It's about an hour and 20-minute straight shot if you're going up from the city. So that's a cool little twist of things. And for years, if you recall, with the Hudson Valley Renegades, an affiliate of the Tampa Bay Rays, which recently became a Yankees affiliate as part of the reorganization after the COVID pandemic with minor league baseball. So really pumped for it. And there's a bunch of great talent throughout the Yankee system that we get to cover this year. Even as many Yankee fans know, Anthony Volpe, who's now with Double-A Somerset, was a Hudson Valley Renegade just last year. So it's kind of a ever evolving process of getting some of the best and brightest talent through the system.
And Volpe gets to go home to Somerset to play Double-A baseball. And in a way, I feel like you get to go home because you're such a big Yankee fan, which I know is exciting for you. You know, as the fans at home probably know, because you've been on the show before and you've also been a voice on BronxNet with some of the other programming that we had. You're a Fordham graduate, a WFUV alum, and again, been on some of our great shows, including the Gately Show, the Fordham Athletics Show, and just your first year out of college and already a talk show host on WFAN, E-Man on the Fan, the voice of Siena basketball, and now the voice of the Yankees minor league team.
Yeah, I appreciate it, Bobby. It's all with the foundation at Fordham. And you know, I look back so fondly at my time with you there and everyone at the station. And now, you know, everything is about like timing in this business. And when you have a career in this, you never know really what steps will come, what opportunities will come, and feel fortunate. You know, I got back from, as we had talked about, summer on the Cape in Chatham with the Chatham Anglers, which it was so awesome just to not only absorb that level of collegiate baseball talent, guys who ended up going in the first and second and third rounds of the MLB draft, but spend a summer in Chatham, like no better place in the Cape to kind of take in everything over a summer. And right when I got back that fall, WFAN was looking to try out some new voices, and it was literally my first day back at the station producing a midday/afternoon shift, and that's when I was approached about doing the show, which was really a dream come true type pinch me moment. And ever since then, fortunate, you know, I've been doing maybe a show or two a month, depending on the schedule. And that combined with the Siena schedule, the Hudson Valley schedule, has really sped things up where I feel like I'm always doing something every week, which is all you can ask for. So definitely fortunate in that regard.
You know, anyone that's had a chance to listen to you call some Fordham baseball games, not only a New York guy, but I think you have these Bronx roots. I mean, getting a chance to do those games and be in a conversation for a big award like the Glickman Award, which honors play-by-play here at Fordham and in the Bronx, and the only three-time winner of the Glickman Award, Marty Glickman, arguably the greatest play-by-play broadcaster of all time. And for you to win that award, I think just speaks to how great you are at play-by-play and what your future probably holds.
Yeah, I really appreciate you saying that. The Glickman Award, actually over my left shoulder here is where I keep some of those. That was kind of, I guess you could put it like the holy grail of awards while I was at Fordham. And just the reason it holds that significance is Marty's name, of course, and his impact on this market, this medium, really inventing some of the radio play-by-play vernacular that we hear nowadays. But you walk into the FUV studios and you see the plaque with some of the names that have received that award, and it really represents a legacy of the FUV sports program, whether it be, you know, inaugural recipients like Spiro Ditas or Andrew Bogish, all the way up to a Ryan Rucco, who you hear on Yankee games, or a Dan Duva, who you hear on Golden Knights radio games. the list goes on and on, but it motivates you to get better every broadcast and try to, you're not always going to achieve the perfect broadcast or the ideals, but you strive for it and you try to get a little bit better every time. And that was kind of a motivating factor throughout the Fordham career for sure.
And E-Man, you had tweeted out because you've already started this process of working with Hudson Valley, got a chance to actually help them with their media guide for the upcoming season. Tell us about their roster, some of the stars that are on the team, and what we can expect to see from maybe the Yankee minor leaguers of the future for the big club.
Yeah, I think the guys that stand out right off the bat, and there's a lot of talent involved and maybe some under the radar guys, but a Trey Sweeney's been talked about a lot throughout the Yankee system. Very smooth fielding, infielder up the middle, very, very good bat. He actually started the Renegades season the other night with a leadoff home run to right field in Greenville, South Carolina. So he got off to a roaring start already. Austin Wells has been talked about a ton in the Yankee system as an up-and-coming catcher. And as it relates to kind of the broad Yankee fan knowledge base, the Yankees, of course, moving on from Gary Sanchez, that could be a position of need in the coming years. Wells was terrific, freshman All-American in college, and then was drafted by the Yankees. He's a lefty hitting catcher with power, so he's someone to watch certainly offensively. And then the pitching staff it's crazy how things have changed, because it seems everyone coming out is throwing 95 to 98 miles an hour. At the MLB level, it's actually to a greater extent, but at the minor league level, these guys are coming out and they're ready to go. One guy to shed light on might be Beck Way, who was a shortstop throughout the majority of his upbringing, and then was basically translated into a pitcher when they saw some potential in that regard. He's with the Renegades this season, and he's a guy who's working on his command. He's trying to fine tune a little bit. He has electric stuff, but he was actually telling us a story during the media day about him facing Anthony Volpe back when they were playing travel ball at like 12, 13 years old. They were both in the same travel ball league. I believe they were playing down in Georgia, and they were both shortstops. So he was a shortstop for his team. Volpe was the shortstop for the opposing team. And he said Volpe was one of the smallest guys on the field, but he commanded the most attention. So whenever Volpe stepped to the plate, everyone had an extra, there was an extra aura there. They wanted to watch what was about to happen. But just an interesting twist on that they were both shortstops facing each other, and now they pitcher hitter in the same system. So I'm interested to see what Beck Way can develop into this season.
Yankees have a tendency to do that too. They tend to draft a lot of shortstops and catchers. I think some of the fans at home might have seen the recent news that the Yankees had reacquired Greg Bird and put him down at AAA, hits a home run on opening day for them. And that's a guy that was originally a catcher as well for the Yanks and now a first baseman. And been some talk too that maybe Wells could eventually become a first baseman if he doesn't work out behind the plate, because his bat has been so good. Yankees have had, I feel like, mixed success, E-Man, when it comes to drafting some of these guys. I mean, Anthony Ziegler, I believe, was a 2018 first-round pick and hasn't really panned out behind the plate. Yankees have really been looking, I guess, for that catcher since Sanchez hasn't panned out.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that'll be a situation that kind of takes shape over the next couple of years. This year you're hoping to get a lot out of Kyle Higashioka. At the big league level. Yeah, 7 spring training home runs. So if you can get 110 games out of him, you'd think that Higashioka could hit you 15 home runs in addition to his defense. So, but that's more like the situation at shortstop with an Isaiah Kiner Falefa, maybe more of a stopgap role for the Yankees to find that next franchise type catcher. And then maybe that's sitting right there in the minors.
That was part 1 of our interview with the newest voice of the Hudson Valley Renegades, Yankees minor league team, Emmanuel Barbari. Tune in next Monday for part 2.